If there was a simple way to edit your photos in Lightroom so quickly and so beautifully that your friends begged you for prints, would you be interested? What if you knew how to edit hundreds of photos in minutes, not hours? Would you find the task less daunting? My name's Josh Dunlop, and here's something few people know. You can edit your photos in Lightroom 10 times better than you can imagine now. All you need is a simple process. Pictures so striking and so vibrant that others may accuse you of outsourcing your processing to a professional. You don't need a PhD in computer science, and you don't need expensive training. And I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this. I took this picture before discovering what I'm about to share with you. As you can see, it's a decent picture, and I was okay at editing, but it won't win any awards. Now look at this. I edited this picture just a couple days later. Same photo, same computer, same software. How I became a great photo editor. When I first started with Adobe Lightroom, I was a lousy editor. I was reluctant to process my photos in the first place, and I had a ton of preconceived notions about what processing my photos meant. I thought it had to take hours to go through a single photo shoot, but the reality is there's a quick and easy way to edit photos fast. I thought that the file management system in Lightroom was complicated and broken. The truth is, it's rather simple once you have the right roadmap. I thought it was almost unethical to edit my photos, but it turns out I was letting them down by not processing the raw files properly. I started with old school film photography, so editing my photos felt like cheating. But the truth is, great photographers like Ansel Adams understood the power of processing better than anyone. It wasn't until I attended a closed-door workshop with master Lightroom editor Casey Kiernan, a previous and current co-instructor of mine, that I was finally able to master my Lightroom editing process. And in the years since then, I have transformed my portfolio into the images that you now see on this page. I discovered it was simple and so much faster than I thought it could be, and by learning how to edit my photos, my portfolio took a quantum leap forward. I was able to improve my pictures and speed up my editing by 10x when I mastered the fastest way to select my favorite photos with stars, flags, tags and colors and keywords as I rushed through hundreds of imported images. The rapid photo improvement shortcuts for editing, comparing, switching and more. The first edits to make to every photo. I would never have thought of moving these 4 sliders quite so drastically, but it really does work. How to use the color picker tool for the fastest and most accurate white balance. How to apply the edits from one photos to hundreds of others and what to avoid when doing so. The secret to speeding up my processing by creating presets of the most common adjustments like clarity and lens correction. Some of what I just said might sound complicated, but my 50,000 plus students repeatedly tell me that I have a knack for taking a complicated process and making it seem really simple. I share my knowledge in a way that even a non-techie Lightroom beginner can grasp immediately. Edit hundreds of photos in 15 minutes. Picture this, before you even turn on your computer, you already know the fastest and most effective way to process your images. You have your presets ready thanks to a nugget of advice, and all you have to do is click start. You open Lightroom without a single worry about the hundreds of images that are waiting for you. Making the initial selection of your favorite images feels almost automatic, now you know a couple of little tricks. You open the Develop tab and start moving sliders. Within 2 minutes you have your first finished photo, and a bunch of adjustments can be shared across the whole album. 10 minutes later and you're making some final adjustments to the different color sliders, clarity and vignette to make your photos truly striking. When you're done, you have a selection of images so beautiful they command respect from even the most seasoned photographers. Images with so much pop and vibrancy they're good enough to sell. Perhaps the most breathtaking, crystal clear and exciting photographs you've ever captured. You're so excited you're finally able to professionally process your photos, you share them across every social media platform you use. I've created an editing process to speed up my workflow and transform my images, and I'm confident that I can spend less time editing and more time shooting. I always have 100% accurate colors, and every image I share is edited to perfection. Introducing Effortless Editing with Lightroom 2.0. Since version 1 of this course was released 18 months ago, over 10,000 students have used this course to transform their processing. I update the course content regularly, but in April and May 2019, I took the opportunity to re-record and widely expand the entire training. And regardless of whether you use the new Lightroom CC, Lightroom Classic CC, or Lightroom 6, 5, 4 or mobile, Effortless Editing with Lightroom covers it all. The result is the most thorough and up-to-date Lightroom training you can find on the internet. It shows you how to edit magazine quality images without being a pro photographer and without burning away hours at a screen. This is a free upgrade for all current Effortless Editing with Lightroom 1.0 customers and covers all the latest features and techniques. In this course, I walk you through my photo editing process step by step, so you become a master of editing, and I share the skills that save me time and earn me praise. Effortless Editing with Lightroom shows you how to find the hidden details in your photos and bring them to life, in pictures like this. The skills you're going to gain include the exact workflow I use 100% of the time, because it's a myth that you have to start at the top and work your way to the bottom. The best way to fix skin blemishes with just a few clicks. How to add life and detail to your RAW files by using histograms and sliders. Why most photographers skip lens correction and how you can use this tool to your advantage. The fastest way to edit all of your photos at once. The lazy man's way to create panoramas without exporting to Photoshop or cropping. How to save more time by creating your own presets. Where and how to crop and straighten for maximum results, because yes, cropping is okay. How to use a surgeon's scalpel to change individual colors. The do's and don'ts of vignetting and dehazing. 5 simple edits I never skip and you shouldn't either. The hidden preview for the sharpening sliders that professionals always use. The only background blur tool you'll ever need and how to make it easy to use. How to transform the perspective of your image with a click of a button, and much, much more. One of my favorite tips is on how to bring out the blue skies in a photo that you may not even realize are there. One of the best parts is that every technique is taught with common language. Even though Effortless Editing with Lightroom gives you an advanced skill set, it shares and demonstrates every technique without a bunch of jargon. You can check out a free sample for yourself further down on this page. Even if you struggled in school or aren't the greatest at grasping new skills, you're going to be shocked by how easy it feels to absorb this information. We know new courses can be daunting, which is why the course is only a few hours long, so you can get up to speed in an afternoon. You can download every video to watch at your convenience on any device. We've provided subtitles if you prefer to read along or are hard of hearing. There's a comment section if you ever have any questions. And you're invited to join our private Facebook community where you can share your stunning new edits. One of the best things about becoming a Lightroom master is you can finally go back and edit your old photos and give them the justice they deserve. Students loved the previous version of this course, Effortless Editing with Lightroom 1.0, and you'll find a bunch of their testimonials down below on this page. If you think Lightroom can't do everything, think again. When I started using Lightroom, it wasn't nearly as powerful as it is today. It could do most of my editing, but I would still find myself using plugins and Photoshop from time to time. But in the years since then, it's grown into a tool I can happily do all of my processing in. It's a little bit complicated when you're just starting out, but when you understand what everything does, it becomes very intuitive. Even learning the difference between something as simple as hue, saturation, and luminance can change the way you process your photos forever. Lightroom can edit much better pictures than you realize, and Effortless Editing with Lightroom shows you how with the tools and brushes we use to retouch portraits, a simple way to keep your photos organized, sneaky tricks for removing unwanted blemishes and marks, the absolute best way to sharpen your images, and how to reduce noise with a few simple steps and more. And we make sure that the course is always up to date. As Adobe releases new features for Lightroom, we'll create new videos to keep you always in the know. That's the course so far, but that's actually just a quarter of the value that you're going to be getting. Here's the thing, I want to give you that knot of excitement you feel when you stumble across an unbeatable deal. So here's what we're going to do. Now that you know what you're getting with Effortless Editing with Lightroom, I'm going to quadruple the value. In addition to the definitive course on Lightroom processing, you're also getting 2 of my highest rated courses and 1 premium preset package for free. Bonus number 1 is perfect processing walkthroughs, a value of $147. Processing your photos in Lightroom is fun and easy when you know how to do it. But like most things, there's a right way, a wrong way, and in this case, an easy way to go about it. In Perfect Processing Walkthroughs, we walk you through 7 different types of image processing: landscapes, portraits, black and white, dusk, nature, sunset, and Milky Way photography. Perfect Processing Walkthroughs show you 5 strange adjustments you need to successfully process black and white photography, how to find hidden stars in your night sky photography, how to play with a radial filter to make your dusk images glow, creative sliders you can use to make individual colors more vibrant, and how to make your sunset shine. Hint, the graduated filter itself is the key. This bonus comes from the previous version of Lightroom where I worked with my co-instructor Casey Keenan. Together we combine our expertise to make this incredible bonus. Bonus number 2 is Photoshop Finale, a value of $147. Have you ever wanted to see exactly how the pros process photos in Photoshop as well? We do 98% of our processing in Lightroom, but occasionally we make a couple final tweaks in Photoshop, and we're going to show you exactly how we do it. Photoshop Finale shows you which Photoshop tools to use and why, how to make changes to the shape, size and width of your face and features using a simple tool, an easy way to remove unwanted details or people from your scene, how to make your subjects look slimmer, and examples of all the concepts being used in real photographs. Bonus number 3 is Picturesque presets, a value of $97. You're also getting the exact Lightroom presets I use to make my photography more powerful. These are pro-level presets designed to make the most of your RAW files. I've never shared them with the public before outside of this course. They're easy to use and add more pop to your imagery. Beyond the presets themselves, you'll get a feel for why professionals use presets. Seeing how we captured ours will better prepare you to create your own. But this might not be right for you. Shooting in RAW is like shooting on film. You have to process your photos before you publish them. And in this modern era, we have so much freedom to process our RAW files that it can be hard to know where to stop. And you can have great success as a photographer by adding artificial skies and unnatural contrast, but that's not what this course is about. We will provide you with the tools you need to make your photos look stunning, but we always follow one simple rule. If National Geographic would turn the photo down for over-editing, you've gone too far. After all, they are the gold standard for magazine quality images. Why this course is worth $1,000. If I could give you a proven method for editing the most powerful photos of your life, how much would that be worth? Processing great photos is an essential skill for all photographers. This simple skill will transform your portfolio and make your photos shine. I posted this photo from my trip to Iceland on my Instagram, and boy did it impress my friends. I don't usually check this sort of thing, but it's actually the most liked photo I've ever posted on my personal Instagram. But check out the before and after. That photo only took 5 minutes to edit, and I applied the same edit to almost every photo I took that morning. The thing is, Lightroom processing is such a powerful area of expertise that training can be pricey. Closed-door workshops like the one I attended can cost $1,000 or more. That's the reason that so few master it. But the fantastic thing about Effortless Editing with Lightroom 2.0 is I can take everything I learned from that $1,000 workshop, plus all the things I've learned in the years since then, and put it into one easy to understand package for you at a much lower rate. Plus, I'm giving you perfect processing walkthroughs, a $147 value, Photoshop Finale, a $147 value, and Picturesque presets, a $97 value as free bonuses. If you add it all up, that's almost $1,500 in value, but you won't even be paying $500 or anything close to that. If you navigate to our store now, that's expertphotography.com/store, you'll find Effortless Editing with Lightroom for $297. But we're cutting the price in half again to only $147. But there's a catch, so please listen carefully. As you can tell, this is a staggeringly low price. These courses together should retail for $1,500, and you're getting all of them for less than 10% of that. But like I said, there's a catch. You see, in exchange for a discounted rate, I'd like to ask a small favour. When you get your copy, can you email me your feedback on it? This will require no effort on your part. You'll receive an email a couple of weeks after you get your copy, and you can reply directly. A simple sentence would be helpful. And that's it. Pretty easy catch, right? And even at this rock bottom price, you're still entitled to our 100% 90-day money-back guarantee. I stand behind everything I offer. Over 50,000 students in 136 countries swear by my training, but sometimes it just isn't a good fit. I understand and I don't take it personally. Get Effortless Editing with Lightroom today. Try the course out for a full 3 months. If you aren't blown away by how simple the videos are to follow or how fantastic the pictures are after using the ideas, simply shoot me an email. You'll get every penny of your money back. No hassles and no questions asked. Who else offers such a reassuring guarantee? You really have nothing to lose and a whole new set of perfect picture editing skills to gain. 1 week from now, your portfolio will have some of the most vivid and vibrant pictures you've ever captured. Your loved ones will be amazed by how much you've improved. Your confidence will have grown immensely, and you'll realize just how easily the skills you gain through Lightroom processing translate to photography in general. In short, you'll be a better, more exciting, and more excited photographer, but only when you choose to act. You see, some might choose to do nothing. Most people don't do nothing on purpose. They usually bookmark a page like this, thinking they'll come back to it later. But 3 months pass and they find themselves in the exact same position they were before, still thwarted by software that feels too complicated, taking pictures that are not up to their full potential, feeling the creative urge but unable to turn what they see into real pictures like this. I wouldn't be where I am today, processing my photos to a professional standard while saving time and having fun if I hadn't chosen to act. You have a chance to do things differently. Effortless editing with Lightroom is your path to becoming a much happier, more fulfilled and more successful photographer. But you have to take the first step. The choice is yours.